Any volunteer light a candle? Anyone else? One more candle. Yeah. Sit down.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Before the meditation, let's start our chanting. Please turn to page 5 of our chanting book. Salutation to the Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. The three refuges. Buddham saranam gacchami, Dhammam saranam gacchami, Sangham saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Buddham saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Sangham saranam gacchami, Tatiyampi Buddham saranam gacchami, Tatiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchami, Tatiyampi Sangham saranam gacchami. Next page. The 5 precepts. Panatipata Vedamani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami, Adinādana Vedamani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami, Kāmesu Micchācārā Vedamani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami, Musāvādā Vedamani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami, Surameraya Majja Pamadatthāna Vedamani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami. On the opposite page, let's read the affirmative vows. Being aware of the suffering caused by the distraction of life, I vow to cultivate compassion and learn ways to protect the lives of all living beings. Being aware of the suffering caused by exploitation, stealing, and oppression, I vow to respect the property of others and to practice generosity by sharing my time, energy, and material resources with those who are in real need. Being aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct, I vow to respect my commitments and those of others. I am determined not to engage in relations without love and long-term commitment. Being aware that words can create suffering, I vow to learn to speak truthfully and develop peacefully, kind, and meaningful speech. Being aware of the suffering that an intoxicated and agitated mind can produce, I vow to develop mindfulness and heedfulness. Next page. Homage to the Buddha. Iti piso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho Vidyācarana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati sattva deva manussanam buddho bhagavati. Homage to the Dhamma. Swakkhāto bhagavata dhammo sanditthiko akaliko ehipassiko opanayiko paccattam veditammo Vinyuhiti. Homage to the Sangha. Supatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujupatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyaya patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Samiji patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Yatidang cattari purisa yugani Atte purisa punggala Isa bhagavato savaka sangho Ahuniyo pahuniyo Dakhineyo anjali karaniyo Anuttarang punyak kitang lokansati. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Next page. Offering. Offering of light. Dhane sarapam pradiptena dīpena tamedang sina tilokadīpam sambuddham pujayami tamudang. Offering of incense. Gandha sambhārayuttena Dūpenāham sugandhina Pujaye pujaniyam tam Puja bhajana uttamam. Offering of flowers.
Vannagandha gunupetam etang kusuma santatin pujayami munindratsa siripada saroduhe pujayami buddhang kusumina nina punyena metena labhami mokkang pumpang milayati yatha idam me kayo tatayati vinasa bhavang.
Offering of water.
Adivase tunu bante paniyang parikampitang anukampang upadaya patigan hatu uttama.
Offering of drinks.
Adivase tunu bante gilane pajjayang imang anukampang upadaya patigan hatu uttama.
Worship of shrines.
Vandami jetiyang sabbang sabbetani supatititang saririka dhatu mahabodhing buddha rupang sakalang sada. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Next page. Wish of well-being.
Punyadi sandang vipulang alatantang tatsanu bhavena hatante rayo.
Reflections on the teachings of the Buddha in English. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made other. If one conceives or acts with an impure mind, suffering follows like the weed that follows the foot of the ox. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made other. If one conceives or acts with the pure mind, happiness follows like one's own shadow that never leaves. Generosity, kind words, benevolent actions towards others, and equanimity towards all beings and all things. These forms of sympathy function in the world like linking in a moving car, one by one, little by little, moment by moment. Wise people should remove their impurities as the smith removes the dross from silver. For one who mindfully develops boundless loving kindness, mental defilements are weakened and the freedom from clinging is seen. All conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All conditioned things are unsatisfactory. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All things are not self. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path of purification. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Welcome everyone for the meditation session. So we are all going to make a joint effort to cultivate our inner potential for loving kindness and also our inner capacity for discernment through developing mindfulness. And it's a joint effort. I want to emphasize that because we are sitting next to each other, and it's encouraging to know that other people are also doing what we are doing, and the sense of fellowship is encouraging. So whatever effort that you are putting right now is not an isolated effort, although it looks like, of course, you have to do by yourself, but you are doing in a context of a community, in a gathering. So just remind yourself that, and appreciate this moment that you could have been doing so many other things at this hour, but you decided to come here and practice this. So this practice is going to help yourself and also many others that you will encounter in your life. So whatever the effort that we are putting in right now, whatever the skills, even a little bit of skills we are developing right now on this cushion, on this chair, are going to benefit so many people. We never know how many people, how many beings will be benefited, from this training. That so many beings includes you yourself too. So just think about that. This effort is to benefit oneself and also many others. With that, make a determination that I will engage in this practice wholeheartedly. This is a precious opportunity. I will make use of this wholesome gathering and this guidance and this wholesome space, and I will give my best. I will make a full committed effort. Make that determination now. With that determination, listen to the sound of the bell and to the chant, Namo Buddhaya. And let us keep gathering our attention to this present moment throughout the bell and the chant. Relax. And let everything settle in this moment. We will allow our whole body to loosen its muscles and relax all the tightness or tension or stiffness in the body. Letting everything to settle down, we will allow our body to further relax by simply using our breath. Keeping your chin straight, somewhat parallel to the earth. Gently take a little long breath. Allow more air to come to your nose through nostrils without any force, but simply lengthen your breath, allowing more air to come to your lungs. Gentle, slow, long breath. And release that breath slowly, allowing your belly to further relax, drop down. Take another slow, long breath in. And release that air too, relaxing your shoulders, the chest, dropping them down, relaxing. Take another slow, long breath in. And release that breath too, relaxing everything, dropping, releasing, loosening the whole body. Now let the natural breath to occur and feel the relaxation of the body. We will let this body to be here in this balanced posture with these relaxed muscles. We will let it to be. Letting the body to be here, the relaxed mode. We will now bring our whole attention to our mind. We will simply notice the thoughts, memories that are occurring in our mind right now. Allow any thought to occur without stopping any thought. We will simply notice, watch whatever the thoughts that are arising now. We will not pick any thought or develop them further, but we simply keep noticing, watching the memories, the thought, the intention that are occurring. Without developing them any further, we will simply notice them and drop them and wait for the next one. Various thoughts keep occurring. And these are random thoughts or memories, just keep coming, popping up. Right now, instead of these random thoughts or memories, we will now purposely generate a wholesome thought or wholesome quality in our mind. This is a very conducive time to make our mind wholesome, to make our mind more clear. So let us purposely generate a wholesome quality. While these random thoughts keep occurring, we also have the capacity to generate thoughts, create thoughts. We will use that ability to generate and create a wholesome state of the mind. We will generate loving kindness. The loving kindness is the deep capacity we all have. It is the friendliness towards all beings. It is the willingness for everyone to be well. It is the genuine wish of well-being. We all have this willingness, this friendliness, this unconditional love in the deep in our heart, like a seed. Let us now allow that friendliness, that willingness for everyone to be well, that wish of well-being to manifest. Let us open our heart, no matter what happened in the day, no matter whatever difficulties and challenges we are going through. Just take a moment to open our heart and generate loving friendliness towards everyone. It is a healing quality to ourselves, and it's also important skill for us to deal with others. We'll open our heart, generating that willingness for everyone to be well. Open your heart just like when you are seeing a smiling face of a little baby. A little baby smiling with shining eyes. How do we feel when we see such a smiling face of a little baby? Open your heart just like that. And open your heart. Just like when you are petting a puppy or kitten or any other little creature. Create that kind of openness, readiness to care, willingness for that little creature, that little baby to be well. Wholehearted, loving care, the warmth. Let us generate that kind of feeling right now. This is a spark of loving kindness. We will now cultivate, grow this loving kindness to be stronger and stronger. Let us direct that loving kindness to this body. This body has been helping us a lot to live this human life. All the organs, all the systems of this body have been helping us a lot. Let us radiate their loving kindness first of all to ourselves, particularly to this body. Just like we have an open-heartedness, loving care for that little baby or creature, let us develop same kind of relationship to this body, same kind of loving attention to this whole body, wishing well-being, healing this whole body. Let us radiate this loving kindness to our lungs, which are helping us even right now to breathe. Feel your lungs when it is filled with air right now. Just have some awareness of your lungs when you are breathing in. Let us direct this loving kindness to these lungs and whole respiratory system. May these lungs and whole respiratory system be well, be healthy, be healed. Let us now bring our attention to our heart, the cardiac muscles, the whole cardiovascular system that make it possible for our whole body to be alive. With deep appreciation, focus your attention on your heart and your whole cardiovascular system. And repeat these words in your mind. May this whole cardiovascular system be well, be healthy, be healed. Let us now direct this loving kindness to our digestive system, to all the organs in this whole system, the stomach, liver, pancreas, intestine, colon, all the other organs in the whole system. Direct this loving kindness and repeat these wishes in your mind. May this whole digestive system be well, be healthy, be healed. Let us now direct this loving kindness to our kidneys that help us to release the toxins from the body. With deep appreciation, repeat these wishes in your mind. May these both kidneys and whole genitourinary system be well, be healthy, be healed. May this nervous system, the spinal cord, the brain stem, the middle brain, the frontal lobe, the whole nervous system be well, be healthy, be healed. May all these muscles and all these ligaments throughout the body be well, be healthy, be healed. May these bones and all these joints throughout the body be well, be healthy, be healed. Allow this loving kindness travel throughout your body, reaching each corner of the body, and letting this loving kindness to heal the whole body. May this whole body be well, be healthy, be healed. Let us now radiate this loving kindness beyond ourselves to all other people. Let us make a genuine wish to all people who are connected to our life. Just for a moment, let us bring to our mind our beloved family members, our good friends, and just make a nice wish for all of them. May all these beloved people and good friends be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let us expand this loving kindness beyond the circle of people, circle of our loved people, to all other people. Let us keep expanding this wish. Let us wish for everyone sitting with us in this room right now. May all these people, all these friends who are meditating right now, let us make a wish for one another. Wish. May all these friends sitting here be well, be healthy, be peaceful. Let us expand this wish beyond this room to all other people in this whole neighborhood. Just take a moment to wish for everyone living in this whole surrounding area. May all these people living in this whole neighborhood, in this surrounding area, may all of them, no matter who they are, may all of them be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let us expand this wish beyond this immediate environment to all other faraway places. Let us take a moment to wish for all people living in faraway cities, in faraway regions, and even faraway countries. Let us wish for all people living in all the states throughout this country. May all of them living in all different regions in the whole country, may they all be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let us expand this wish beyond this country to all people living in the neighboring countries, in the whole continent. May all of them be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let's expand this wish beyond this continent to all other people living everywhere on this earth. People living in faraway countries, people who are going through difficulties, people who are suffering. Just think about all of them and genuinely wish for all these people. May all people living everywhere be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let us expand this wish beyond human beings to all other living beings. Let us keep expanding this wish as wide as we can. May all other living beings, all animals living everywhere, from large ones to tiny ones, may all these animals be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let us expand this loving kindness to include each and every living being to our wish. May all forms of life throughout this universe, may each and every living organism, without exception, be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful, peaceful, peaceful. Rejoice, this expansive loving kindness. This loving kindness has no limits. It embraces all beings. Rejoice, this limitless love, boundless loving kindness, ready to embrace any being with this wish. Rejoice, this boundless, measureless loving kindness, and rejoice this wholesome state of the mind. With this loving kindness, let us now gently shift our attention to our breath. With the loving kindness meditation, we have developed a sense of peace, calmness in our mind. Let us now deepen this calmness by simply focusing our attention on the breath. In this peaceful, calm moment, you can feel your in-breath going through the inner walls of your nostrils. Feel that sensation of touch when the air is moving through your nostrils and passing behind your throat and then filling your lungs. Try to feel this process happening right now. And feel your out breath when your lungs are empty, when the air is coming out through the nostrils and moving away, touching the upper lips. Try to recognize the areas in your body that you can feel the movement of the breath and also the changes happening, the subtle changes happening in the body with the in-breath and the out-breath. Let us be with our breath and let this peace, calmness to be deeper and deeper and deeper. Whenever we have other thoughts or memories, we simply acknowledge them and drop them and come back to the breath again and again. For next few minutes, let us be with our breath. Let us feel our breath as closely as we can. In these last few minutes, let us give our full effort to be with our breath, with full effort and mindfulness. Let us be with our breath and rest with our breath. Dukkha Pataca Nidukkha Bhaya Pathaca Nibbhaya Sukha Pathaca Nisukha Hontu Sabbepi Paninu. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are grieving be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Gently come out of your meditation and gently put your palms together and place them against your chest. Let us take a moment to feel grateful for this opportunity to have peaceful meditation in our life. Let us deeply feel grateful to all great teachers, enlightened masters in the past, who passed this wisdom from generation to generation. Let us feel grateful to anyone who helped our meditation practice tonight. Let us also feel grateful even to these non-living things which helped our meditation, including this cushion, this bell, this chair, and this device that helped us to connect to this meditation from home. With deep gratitude, let us say Sadhu 3 times. Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. Okay. Okay, now you may move your legs or stretch your legs. Any sharing? Anyone would like to share your experience in meditation, any difficulties you encounter? Did it feel too long? Okay.
I haven't been here in a really long time, and it was long for me, but not in a bad way. Like, wow, it just made me realize it felt expansive, like stretching. And that was really nice.
Thank you. This is the first time in this new place, right? Yeah. Anyone else?
I've just felt really tired lately, so it felt so good to like make myself appreciate my body and what it's doing for me. So that was very helpful.
Exactly, yeah. Like taking the time to like recognize and then direct this loving healing, loving kindness to all different parts of the body. We only pay attention to our body when there's something wrong. Right? Yeah, but from time to time we should really recognize and appreciate and direct our loving kindness. It's definitely healing actually. Not, I mean, of course, we are making a wish that may these different parts of the body be healed and be well. But when we are making that wish, actually, our brain is producing whole hormones that can release secret hormones right there. When you're making that genuine, nice wish, our brain follows our wish, and then it produces, secretes hormones, that can heal the whole body. Dopamine. You have produced a good dose of dopamine right now. So it's really healing. It's not only like mental wish, but actually something happening inside the body when you do that. And not only when you're wishing for our own body, but when you wish for all other beings. Focus on different groups of people, beings, and you're making that nice, genuine wish. It's really, making a change in a slight way to the whole, network of beings, but it mainly changes our whole physiology and, what is really happening inside of ourselves. And it's also create a seed that when you go out and when you speak, when we act, we will follow that wish, and then, we will not create, like we will not add any more suffering to the world, but instead, we will, generate more peace and happiness in our actions too. But we have to start with the wish. So it's definitely healing ourselves first. Sometimes, so when you talk about, benefits of loving kindness meditation, right, Bhante, and there are, the whole list of benefits. But sometimes it looks like, this loving kindness meditation is benefiting oneself more than the others. Because it's real, because this is happening inside of ourselves, so it's bringing so much of benefits to ourselves. And of course, it's really benefiting others too, but first of all, it benefits ourselves. And one benefit is to having a vibrant complexion, good ambience, Yeah. We can even promote loving kindness meditation as a new kind of beauty product. Okay, for our discussion today, I selected a topic that is related to our practice of meditation. In the practice of meditation, we are actually moving to different state of our mind. So we try to, in loving kindness meditation, we try to generate this wholesome wish. But in meditation of breathing, we are actually shifting the working of our mind completely to a different mode. We try to experience the breath rather than thinking about it. So we try to like experience it as it is happening, and in there we try to develop more understanding of the breath, or understanding of this whole function, without relying on the concepts, relying on conceptual knowledge. So related to that is actually in our Buddhist practice we use this term wisdom quite often. Wisdom. So I would like to talk a little bit about wisdom today, and to help us to understand that there are different levels of understanding, and wisdom is not exactly knowledge. And then it kind of points us to different levels of understanding, And wisdom is a whole different way of knowing, quite different from the usual way that we know things. We come to know things. Yeah. Bhante, what is the Pali term for wisdom? Actually, what is the Pali term that we translate as wisdom? Yeah.
You know, is it Sandra?
Yes.
Close.
Close. Yeah. Yeah. I think you said it's Sanskrit.
Panya. Yeah. Prajna is the Sanskrit term, right? Bhante?
Yeah. Prajna is a Sanskrit term. Panya is Pali. Panya is a Pali simplified, like Panya. You don't have to use a lot of tongue and Prajna, in this sense. Yeah. Yeah. But there's the same root for knowledge there, Bhante, right?
Yeah.
If you divide the word.
There's a very important verbal root. The verb is the term panya is the ajanati.
Yeah, there's a verb.
That is a verb. In grammar, we have a verbal root to make a verb. Yeah, you know, right? So it's a common term, but very important.
It's common to all Indo-European languages, So Pali and English belong to the same language family. Can you believe it? Pali, Sanskrit, and English belong to the same language family. So there are similar roots.
To know, the meaning is given. Nya is the root.
Root. When you say to know or knowledge, how you write it? Yeah. Why do you have to have a K there? You say know or knowledge, right? Why you have to have a K? That is because of the root of that verb. And that root is nya. You have to have a K and na and a nya. And prajna.
Right, a suffix, Bhante.
Yes.
Yeah, it is a prefix.
Prefix, yeah.
There.
So the same root kn or maybe sometimes gn. There's the same root for knowledge and also for jnana in Pali and Sanskrit. But then we put a prefix per to intensify the meaning. So yeah, nya is simply to know, but pa nya is to know intensely, like maybe like more penetrative knowledge. Actually penetrating the very knowledge itself.
But from this same root, there are so many nouns made. Sanya, Vinyana, and so many things. Right?
So many levels of knowing. Yeah. So when we understand panya in the context of all other ways of knowing, we understand the value, the significance of this, right? So anyway, usually we use the term knowledge or to know, like when you know facts, when you know some details and facts about something or some place or someone or some phenomena, when we gather information, gather facts, details, we say we know it, right? And we can know about a particular food, you can describe it, you can, you can know the ingredients of it. So we can know about that. So during Thanksgiving, did you make a special food, a special dinner?
I didn't.
Like pumpkin pies, right? So someone can give a full description about the pumpkin pies, how you make it and what are the ingredients and everything. So we can develop a knowledge about pumpkin pies by knowing or reading or hearing. But that will be a knowledge of it, right? But Panya stands for actually directly experiencing something and developing that experience and knowledge about whatever phenomena. If you get the same example, pumpkin pies, You can describe about pumpkin pies. We can be familiar with about it. We can gather information. You have a pretty good, understanding. Okay, I know what is pumpkin pies, but maybe you haven't eaten it. You haven't tasted it, right? You know about it, but when you really experience it, and you go to a whole different level of knowing, and sometimes you don't even need names when you are really experiencing it. But sometimes, so we can actually experience something, and then sometimes our prior knowledge about it can actually sometimes disturb us or maybe prevent us actually really experiencing it directly. So let's say you heard about pumpkin pies, you have collected a lot of information, people have said that it's really bad thing, whatever, based on whatever information you have gathered. And now you are tasting the pumpkin pies based on your prior conceptual understanding, whatever you heard about it. And when you taste it, you kind of pollute, or maybe you mix exactly. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. You contaminate your experience based on your prior knowledge. So the wisdom is actually training our and is actually experiencing a phenomena without using our conceptual frames. There's a whole different way of knowing. So sometimes, like eating a pumpkin pies, we can eat it with our prior knowledge, prior concepts, but maybe one day we can try, really, like try to get rid of whatever people have talked about it, and then take one bit and fully experience it, through our all senses. And sometimes it may not taste that better, because sometimes maybe the taste can come also our, preconceived, notions of it. Maybe it may have whole different taste. And you will realize that actually there's no such thing called pumpkin pies. Because that whole category is a made-up category. We will never able to taste a pumpkin pie. Because when you put, any piece of pumpkin pies on your mouth, what you're really tasting is it's a very temporary experience. You're experiencing whatever ingredient that is touching your tongue, the amount of saliva, and wherever that food is touching. So you're eating a very unique. You're experiencing a very unique moment at that time. Very unique experience. And you will never be able to have the same taste again in another bite. So panya is actually eating the pumpkin pies without having a concept of pumpkin pie. Can you do that?
That's like the media, like bad news, good news. So how we experience the truth? We cannot experience what's going on. Each party tell their own story, and we don't know where is the knowledge for the truth.
Okay. So let's. So when we how to develop panya through news. Yeah, that's sure. Okay. Let's have the reality check. Yeah. I think news. Yeah, again, that's the whole. And we have to come to our conventional society, conventional level to understand this. Of course, when the news is always, is a biased, it's a biased information, so it's any report, even like, if someone go back to your home, and you explain what you experienced in this meditation session, I mean, how many people we have today? Maybe 20 people have 20 different, reports, because it's based on where you pay your attention, what you stuck in your mind. So the news is always like that. We get only a partial, picture of what is occurring there. So that's unavoidable. Yeah. So it's our mistake to take the news as facts. We just have to remember the news is only one version of what really happened, and it's not the whole truth.
Unless you are in the event itself, then you know which one is right.
Right. Yeah. And even when we are there, we will pay attention to selected parts of it. Yeah. But when it comes to wisdom, let's talk about wisdom. Wisdom, and they actually in the wisdom, your attention is always inside. How we construct the knowledge. So at the level of wisdom, our attention is not really what is happening outside. And whatever happening outside, how it is impacting, how I'm gathering, how I'm getting this information. It could be through our ear, through our eye, through our nose, through our tongue. These senses, our senses are the medium through which we gather information, and then our mind organizes it and conceptualize it. So we are paying attention to the very construction of knowledge. So if you really want to develop wisdom when we are listening to news, okay, I mean, it's a whole different way of listening to the news. You have very strong awareness what is happening here, how you pay attention to the sounds coming through your ear, and you pay attention how these different sounds is heard as words. Now how you create meanings out of these sounds. You pay attention to the very process of how you make sense of these words that are coming to your ear. In reality, when you hear news, you simply get these different sound waves and hitting your eardrums. That's what really happening. All other things we create based on our prior knowledge, based on our previous concepts, knowing, and we create the news actually. The wisdom is going to the very beginning, very depth, very bottom of the process, and analyzing it and seeing it as is happening. We always construct our experience, construct our memory, construct everything. So we are in the process of constructing. So wisdom is actually seeing this very process of constructing and then maybe deconstructing it. And then what is really coming, what we really experience is that whenever we develop wisdom, we realize that actually there's nothing exciting and there's nothing to hate. That's the kind of bottom line that we will come to one day when we develop this wisdom. But anyway, it's again, this is a gradual process how we can move towards that. It's a whole different way of relating to the world. Of course, sometimes we have to come out from wisdom and live like a normal, like relate to this information as an ordinary person. Like use our conceptual frames and then and work with that. But that's not the reality. Yes.
Okay, when you're talking about this sense of wisdom and experiencing that, I can't tell if you're talking about it as being something where you're not verbalizing the whole time. Like if you're talking about pumpkin pie, are you tasting it without saying, this is good, or this is different than before? Is it without that kind of verbal analysis, or?
That's a good question. Like how to experience it without our conceptual framework, right? Yeah, I think verbs.
Language.
Yeah, verbs.
That means nothing with Tarka, right? Not
Yeah, not
the
exactly.
exactly the
Exactly,
verb.
yeah. Yes, I think it's not with using vitarka, even not at the level of sanya, right? And then, yeah, maybe have a very open mind and being open to whatever, whatever the experience has to tell us. But there are occasions where the knowledge can help us to develop wisdom. Because, when Buddha talk about, what are the factors that can help us to grow wisdom. And he has given knowledge, or maybe, like listening, like listening or knowing, like knowledge as one factor that can lead to wisdom, but not the all kind of knowledge. Because
So isn't it like, I remember in the Pali, concentration leads to wisdom.
Yeah.
Wisdom, without wisdom, there's no concentration.
samadhi, yeah.
Yeah, samadhi.
So in order to get this kind of knowledge, we cannot have this kind of wisdom like a panya, like a direct experiential knowledge through this ordinary mind. It's too busy, too quick to construct, it's overwhelmed with all the concepts. So we need to come to kind of calm and steady level of the mind in order to have this kind of direct experience. So in meditation, we train our mind to come to that kind of level, and then our mind is sharp enough to distinguish. So that's why concentration is helping us. But sometimes knowledge can lead, because like what we are discussing now, right? We are discussing wisdom, and we are all at the level of conceptual level. You are creating another concept of wisdom right now. Not really having it, but constructing another concept of wisdom. But that is helpful. That knowledge, that concept is helpful for you to one day to have the real wisdom. So there are certain knowledge can lead us to have wisdom, but some knowledge can really prevent us from having wisdom. Yes, Dan?
I wanted to ask you about a translation of that. I think it was consciousness vijnana. I've seen that translated as divided knowing. Is that a worthwhile translation?
Yes. And etymologically, Bandadi, we have we, right? We talk about the roots, right? The nya is the root, like a K-N or G-N, nya. And we can stand for many things, but one meaning is to divide.
So, I've also seen dividing and divided knowing. And I'm assuming that vijnana is the consciousness of ego.
It's a dividing knowledge, basically, like dividing the sensory object and the sensory organ, the experiencer and experiencing thing. Yeah.
And I've seen jhana, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, contrasted with vijnana as wisdom, but translated as a holistic wisdom or a holistic knowing. A knowing of the parts integrated. I don't know if it's a balance.
Panya, I think, yeah.
Panya.
Yeah, jnana is a generic term for any forms of knowing. So vijnana is like basic, like when we first encounter anything with our, with our ordinary mind, we quickly think that, whatever we see is separate from our sensory organ, and whatever we see is separate from the experience. So we make that division. And then from that, we conceptualize it. We develop what we call sanya. And so there are many other ways that we can do it. But knowing it like, more comprehensively, or maybe, more penetratively, is panya, that we call wisdom. Yeah.
What about vijja?
Yeah. Yes. Vijja will be similar to panya.
Really?
Yes. Like avijja, the
Like
opposite to
avijja,
avijja, yeah. Opposite to
not
avijja, yeah. Vijja is the like science, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I think when we gather facts, the knowledge seeks certainty. Even in the science, we seek knowledge. We need to know patterns. We need certainty. So we want to know things beforehand. So we are certain. So we thought, so that's why we seek gather information. Right? We want to be certain. Okay, tomorrow this is going to happen. I know it. Right? So knowledge seeks for certainty, which is not real there actually. But what the wisdom is doing actually, wisdom is the realization of uncertainty. So knowledge always seeks certainty, struggling all the time to find some kind of certainty, some kind of certain knowledge, some kind of thing that we can somehow rely on. So we seek and go and seek, keeps doing it without really finding it. But wisdom is realization that reality is uncertain. I'm okay with that. And that settled the whole seeking, whole, struggle. That is wisdom.
Also come to realization of what's going on.
Yes, a realization through direct experiencing. Like, without the baggage of all the previous concepts that we have developed. Yeah.
Discernment.
Yeah.
It sounded like Socrates.
Huh?
Socrates.
Elaborate a little bit.
He was recognized as the wisest man because he recognized how ignorant he was. He recognized how little he knew.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, let's come to where we are. So just to have the understanding that actually there are different ways of knowing. And then, so what we know, our day-to-day life is one way of knowing, but we need to understand that's not necessarily the perfect way of knowing. But there are different levels that we can get to know things, and that, at least remember that is important. But from time to time, whenever we hear something, whenever we come, whenever we, get some information, it's really important to reflect how we process that information right there at the very moment and see how we actually, from the basic facts, how we are actually moving towards a constructed knowledge. How we are moving towards a conceptual framework. And if we can notice that, we can stop it right there and maybe, move back to the rudimentary facts. Because the many things that we know today is actually we just simply construct in our mind, and from we only have very basic things that are coming through our senses, and we construct the whole world. Most of the time, we construct a world that is not pleasant, because that's our habit. Yes, ma'am?
Can I say wisdom is knowing that nothing in the world is permanent?
Exactly. Actually, yeah. Actually, that will be the content. Yes, exactly. There are no things in the world in that sense. Yeah.
So you can't say, I know this thing changing tomorrow, keep changing. So wisdom is to know that nothing permanent.
Exactly. Wisdom is actually experiencing it directly. Right now, we can have a knowledge of impermanence. That's what we are doing right now, But that knowledge about impermanence is helping us to have wisdom, or maybe direct realization of impermanence. But the wisdom is actually when you directly experience it, when it is happening right there, when things are really moving and always like changing, shifting, and then directly experiencing it is the wisdom. Then we
experience it to know it. You are deep in meditation.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, with a normal mind, we will quickly, categorize them. Yeah, we like to solidify things. Yeah. But it is liberating. That's what the Buddha said. That when we accept the uncertainty, it's liberating. Don't worry about that. It's liberating. Instead of seeking certainty, realizing and accepting uncertainty frees us. It makes us free.
One quick question on
Yeah.
that. Is that
Is it possible to experience that temporarily, or do you have to be like an arhat?
Good, yeah. We can have glimpses of it. Yes. That's what happened in meditation retreats, sometime even like, encountering something. Anytime you can turn your attention inward and analyze in the very, construction of the knowledge. When you do that, you can have glimpses of that, direct experience.
I can't say that I have.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Yeah. We can have direct, and those experiences are very impactful. It kind of changes the way we see the world, like little bit. Yeah. Because we tend to see the world in solid blocks. But when we experience it, that, as you said, impermanence, the change, and that very construction, everything is in construction. We put things together, we construct all the time, but we don't see it. We see it as it's already there, but we don't see that we have constructed it. So let's keep constructing, knowing that that is happening, and then know the construction, and maybe start to deconstruct eventually.
And there's a
Question in the okay, yeah.
Friend, new friend, old friend Kobe.
Of course.
Yeah,
Is it a question?
Intuitions, the same as wisdom.
Oh, thank you, Kosala. Thank you, Kobe, for that question. Any instinct, right? Is it instinct?
Intuition.
Intuition, yeah. Is intuition similar as wisdom? That's a good question. How you distinguish intuition and wisdom?
Yeah.
I think the intuition would be like if you let the mind to operate without concepts, that will be the intuition, right? So in that case, it's spontaneous. Yeah, we don't let that spontaneous knowledge to come. We quickly color it in with our concepts and categories. So in that case, of course, we can say that intuition is similar to wisdom. Maybe, but in order to have that, we have to have great training to do that. Yes.
One of the ways I've kind of thought about it is intuition is wisdom speaking to you, or talking to you, or communicating.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that makes sense though to you, but it is an act of the wisdom interpreting or communicating or guiding.
Mm-hmm. Like intuition is the expression of wisdom?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I think,
Bad though. It's wrong.
Yeah, I mean, we call it intuition, but it may not be intuition. Because our concepts can speak us too.
Well, intuition would come from experience. Like, other than that, you might have it wouldn't be intuition unless it comes from, I think, experience.
I think maybe any moment when we first encounter anything, like a millisecond, like first millisecond of that experience, we have intuition, but we quickly move to our conceptual knowledge. So if we can prolong that period, yeah.
Before you create the delusion.
Exactly. That's yeah. But we do it very quickly. Anyway.
Is it intuition or delusion?
Yeah. So let's keep training our mind, so I think for us to have, that kind of direct experience and knowledge, we need some kind of calmness, some kind of stability in our mind, state of the mind that is free from all the conceptual frames, because we need conceptual frames in order to communicate, in order to live our life. But once in a while, we have to train our mind to be free from those conceptual frames and be free, and that's what we do in our meditations. So then we can use that skill to have penetrative, direct experience of anything happening in front of us. So let us keep developing this, and we can develop the ability to shift to conceptual frames and talk, communicate, as a normal person, and shift to the frame and the mind that is free from conceptual frames and directly experience it. And so we will develop our ability to shift from one to the other, and that will be the way to live. So keep coming to meditation. Okay, so with that, let us move to the other part of the program. Thank you very much for your contribution and your sharings. Turn to page 14 of the book. And we will, this is the time to share all the goodness we generated right here. By coming to this practice and doing this practice together, we were able to maintain a wholesome state of the mind for many minutes or many hours. By doing that, we have generated so much goodness, good energy, good merits, good karma in our heart. And now we can share these good merits with all of others. First of all, let us recall to our mind our ancestors, our family members who help us a lot, who are no more with us today. Let us be deeply grateful for their care and help, and then share these merits with them all. May all the departed family members, relatives, friends share these merits. May they be benefited from these merits. May they be well, happy, and peaceful wherever they may be. Let us chant together. Idam mi ñātinam hotu sukhita huntu ñātayo. Idam mi ñātinam hotu sukhita huntu ñātayo. Idam mi ñātinam hotu sukhita huntu ñātayo. Let us also share these merits with all other living beings. If there's any living being who would like to share this merit, may he or she do so. May all living beings share these merits. May all living beings be well, happy, and peaceful. Ettavata ca amhihi sambhatam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe sattva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Wish for the well-being of the world in English. May the weather be pleasing. May the people prosper in their lives. May there be peace and happiness in the world. May the rulers be righteous. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are in grief be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Aspiration. May this wholesome act quicken the liberation of my mind from mental defilements. By virtue of this wholesome act, may I never follow the unwise people. May I associate with good people until I attain Nibbana, purification. If by body, speech, or mind I have carelessly done wrong, I acknowledge them all in front of the Tathagata of great wisdom and determine to be heedful. Now, this is the blessing service. We are going to chant the Loving Kindness Sutra. And this particular sutra was chanted by the Buddha with great compassion for all living beings. We are going to chant the same sutra for you right now, directing this chanting and loving kindness to each and every one of you, wishing you all good health and strength and courage to overcome difficulties, challenges in your life, and wisdom and mindfulness for you to deal with all challenging issues in your life. May you all receive these blessings. You may also recall to your mind whoever you want to share these blessings with, your family members, friends. Bring them to your mind and share these blessings with them too. May all of you receive these blessings. May all of you be well, happy, and peaceful. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Karaniyamanta kusalena yantam santam padam abhisamicca sankho joja sojoja suvacho chasansa mudu anatimani santosansa kocha subharocha ampakityocha sallavukavunti santrindriyocha nipakocha ampagambo kuleso ananugindo nacha kundang samachari kinchena vinyo pare upavadiyum sukino vakemino hontu sabbe santa bhavantu sukitanta yeke cipan bodhanti tasavatavrava anavasesa digavaye mahantava majjima rasansakanukatula dittava eva additta echa dure vasanti avidure bhutava sambhave siva sabbe santa bhavantu sukhitanta naparo parannikumbet nati manyet kanta chinang kanche vyarosana patiga nanya manya sansadukka miccaya mata yata niyang puttang ayusa eka putta manurakke vampi sabba bhutesu manasang bhavaye aparimanang mettang ca sabba lokasming manasang bhavaye aparimanang buddhang adochatiriyang asang badang avirang asapatang dittang carang nisingno vasayano yavatasansa vigadamindo etang sating aditteya brahmametang viharang idamaho ditting ca anupagam silavadansanena sampanno kamesu viniyagedang nahi jatu gambaseyang punareti tena sancavanjena sonti te hotu sambadaye tena sancavanjena sambarogo vinassatu etena sancavanjena hotu te jaya mangalam sabbitiyo vivanjantu sabbarogo vinassatu mate bhavatpantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkantu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavena sada soti bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkantu sabba devata sabba dhammanubhavena sada soti bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkantu sabba devata sabba sanghanubhavena sada soti bhavantu te. Let us spend a moment of reflection. Let us try to recall to our mind whatever kind deed that we were able to do during last few days. In this holiday season, you should have got a lot of opportunities to be kind to someone. Recall to your mind any incident that you were able to kind to someone by being able to give something to someone or share your knowledge or even being physically there for someone. Just recall an actual incident in which you were kind to someone or helpful to someone during this week. Let us rejoice these opportunities to be kind. On this day or in the past, if I have done kind deeds to other beings, if my body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in those kind deeds, appreciating the opportunity to be helpful to others. I rejoice in those kind deeds, wishing more opportunities to practice compassion. I rejoice in those kind deeds, resolving not to compare myself with others. I rejoice in those kind deeds and glad to share this joy with all beings everywhere. May my kind deeds relieve the burdens of other beings. May my kind deeds shield me from all dangers and pain. May my kind deeds and merits that come from them help me in freeing my heart. Now, please recall to your mind whatever kindness or help you received from others during your past few days. You should have received a kind attention from others during this time. Just recall an actual incident that someone were kind to you, helpful to you, generous to you. Let us rejoice the goodness of others. On this day, or in the past, if I have seen or heard of the kind deeds done by others, with their body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds, and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in the goodness of others, being always ready to praise kind people, and follow their example. I rejoice in the goodness of others, appreciating that there are many good-hearted people in the world. I rejoice in the goodness of others.
I rejoice in the goodness of others.
Expressing gratitude for any kindness done.
Expressing gratitude for any kindness done.
May the kind deeds of others
May the kind deeds of others
bring safety and happiness to many living beings.
bring safety and happiness to many living beings.
May the kind deeds of others
May the kind deeds of others
foster gratitude and fellowship among many living beings.
foster gratitude and fellowship amongst many living
May the
beings.
kind deeds of others
May the kind deeds of others
nurture goodness in me
nurture goodness in me
and many living
and
beings.
many living beings.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. It was so nice to have you all in tonight's practice. And so those who join our YouTube, we also appreciate your effort and your commitment to practice. And even at your home, you join the meditation and really appreciate that. And we look forward to see you all again. Yeah. Thank you. Good night. And those who would like to have a blessing string, please come and we'll tie a blessing string.